Hi, I'm Christian from airplantshop.com. This is my wife, Anna, and this morning we're high above Lake Amatitlan in Guatemala, and we're on our way to our nursery. We're very happy to bring you along. It's always a big journey to get down there, and it's going to be a great day. We always like to make a stop here on the way to the farm. This is an old lava flow from the PIPPA volcano, and my favorite part is the contrast between the black lava rock and then the green and the yellow hills. Oh, I see, right above you, I see one.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So good, so big. So we always like to look for tillandsia when we are on our way to the farm, and I am very good at spotting the tillandsia. And we saw a really big caput medusa, which is blooming, and it also has a baby. And then we found some seed
Here on the ground, yeah.
and a past medusa. So it's fun to see it in nature because we see them on the farm all the time.
Like, you can really see how the seed would have come apart and then spread and then attached itself to maybe the side of another tree and continued on the life cycle. Pretty much it's similar to like dandelion fluff. It's the same concept, to sort of be caught in the wind and then to get tangled on the sides of the bark. Normally when you spot one air plant in the wild, there's always other ones. You just have to keep your eye open.
Because the seeds travel with the wind.
Y con mi esposa Ana.
Hola.
¿Qué tal? Mucho gusto. Víctor Navas.
Hola.
¿Cómo está? Bien, gracias a Dios.
Hola.
Sí. ¿Cómo estás, Henry?
So basically behind us is the inspector, and maybe Christian can give more technical
He's from the
terms.
organization called PIPPA, and PIPPA inspects all sorts of ornamental plants and probably for food as well in Guatemala, to make sure that there's no funguses or other problems with exportation, and also a little bit to make sure that all of the plants are being farmed sustainably and not taken from nature.
Yeah. So it's very good. Okay, so we have arrived to the farm and we will begin the day.
Yeah, these are kind of, these aren't very good for
Because
for
they
what
are
we
like
like.
fluffy.
Yeah, they're fluffy, long, leggy.
No,
Yeah,
it's okay.
a lot of times in nature, but even more so in a nursery environment where there's a lot of tillandsias all in a small space, you'll get some hybrids unintentionally. So this one to me looks like a medusa crossed with streptophila. You can see some of the traits of both of the parent plants. The long, wide leaves, wider than a general medusa, comes from the streptophila parent, but the sort of elongated shape is definitely more of a medusa. So just something a little bit interesting. Up here in this greenhouse is where we do most of the classifying of the different species and checking for quality before export. And we have some example pictures here of what's a good plant and what's a bad plant. I mean, I know a lot of people who would love this big curly Xerographica.
Aquí andamos buscando algunos bichos que probablemente ahí sí que por el aire, por los factores climáticos que han pasado en esta zona, ellos buscan esconderse en estas tillandsias. Pero yo sé que aquí en la finca pues se llevan manejos de programas fitosanitarios
Y es caput.
Todo esto es caput.
Hannah, you can see over here that even the oldest mother plant, the most
Ugly mother.
ugly mother, can still produce a perfect little pup.
With such trichomes.
Yeah.
Todo lo que tenemos allá son como
Here at this particular nursery, we have a couple different greenhouses. This one is a little bit more exposed, a little sunnier, and that's where we have our project in these Ionantha clumps that we hope to be able to sell to you in a couple of years after they get more symmetrical and round. Down below, we have other greenhouses that specialize just in the Brachycalis or the Abdita, and those are the really thick green-leaved plants, and they do better down there. There's a little bit more humidity.
So this is a new part of our greenhouse on the farm, and it's a lot of work even just to get to this point and then to fill it, but we're always trying to expand and bring more Tillandsia.
This was the first nursery project that we had about 5 years ago, and it used to be all different types of species in here, but now we dedicated it all just to the Brachycalis or the Abdita plant. This particular location suffered a lot of damage at different times, windstorms, a couple tropical depressions that moved in, caused the roof to collapse and like the ground to kind of slide a little bit. But since we've fixed all of the tables and we even have room to put new plants. We're definitely not taking from the wild on purpose, but in one of the windstorms we were talking about earlier, this fell off a nearby tree. But you can really see how it's attached to the branch. And honestly, I can see how the branch broke because it's kind of a flimsy branch, but heavy in the hair plants. Especially if it rained and they all filled up with water.
Okay, so we are shooting while we're here, and we are going to do a quick promotional video just explaining a little bit about air plants, mostly something that's sponsored. So we're going to mic Christian up, and then he's going to say his lines, and hopefully you see that on your Instagram or Facebook soon.
that's why we are doing this.
We'll have to do an
But
experiment.
they are indoor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that concludes our day at the farm. We were very tired. It was a very hot day. Lots of good information. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in our next video. Bye.